but in an interesting way, because it changes public place, you can spin on that, and give another character an outside perspective of just another guy saying on a train, watching this guy go insane. So, yeah, I guess the point of this whole point of view sort of idea is that you can have a situation viewed from different characters, or yourself as a narrator, you can view it objectively, of course characters view it subjectively, and yeah, using multiple viewpoints is always really interesting because you view the same situation and different spins on it. It's always really giving not only a more objective sense of what's happening, but also like more different people interpreting the same thing, which is
It links in the different point of views with different times that things take place in the story. If something happens first, but then you want to have like some sort of plot twist that happens afterwards, you could have that event from one person's perspective, and then later see it again from another perspective, and that could then lead to some sort of mystery development that would make the story really interesting.
I want to ask, have you guys ever used like point of view or perspective in your writing? Like,
well, I heard a story about a serial killer.
yeah. So how did that sound?
Well, I first read it from like everyone else's point of view, from like a serial killer's point of view.
It's also a really interesting way of examining social kind of issues like that, because with the serial killer, this is getting a little bit deep, but with the serial killer, like, do you ever think about criminals and like how much they're accountable for their actions? Like,
yeah, I think they're really good guys at heart.
yeah, like, do you kind of not the same way, but like, do you ever think like people are like normal in a certain way, but their surroundings kind of define who they are, or definitely give them like more of an effect on who they are?
So you think it's like The Shining?
No, The Shining is screwed up.
That's my favorite book as well.
Oh, well,
So you can think about, when you're writing about a serial killer, sometimes I've seen novels that like empathize with the serial killer and give him like sort of this humanity and like reasons for why he does stuff. But of course from an outside perspective we see that as an atrocity and it's awful. But you know, it's interesting to see like the person and how they view what they're doing, and outsiders how they view what the person is doing, and like coming to a moral judgment. That's an interesting way of like examining social issues. You can do that with any social issue, like racism or violence, and yeah, think about how the person perpetuating that is thinking and how somebody else is thinking about it. You know? And I guess that's an interesting point. Multiple viewpoints are cool as well because you can manipulate that in a plot way. Like if you're trying to portray two people at odds about something, you can have them switch, you can have the dialogue switching between them and giving their perspectives on a certain issue. And if you're giving multiple perspectives, you can suggest to the reader to choose sides. It's always interesting, especially with more stories. You can have them, you can manipulate the story and ask them about which side of the moral they choose. And whether they think one thing's right or the other thing's right. It's like kind of manipulating your story to make it like a social test. Yeah.